Hello everyone. Welcome to today's
Hello.
stream. Uh, with me and Elian is on this side of my screen. Yeah, on this side of my screen. Today, today we are going to be doing a lot of awesome stuff. But first, it's going to be my official venture into actually building projects with Astro. I know.
Ooh. Ooh.
So
Is it
okay.
your first time using Astro or did you use it before?
Well, I've used Astro before, but I just haven't built any projects with it.
Okay, okay,
That's that.
okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah. So today we're going to do like five dummy projects, and we
Mm-hmm.
have like a resource in Million. We have like this kitchen sink where we have like some dummy projects.
Mm.
So a couple of to do apps or tiny applications and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just going to probably replicate those projects, but we're going to do all like maybe five of them. We pick at random in Astro. So that's pretty much how this stream will go down. And yeah, I'm excited for I'm excited to actually get started. So let's start from somewhere. Where do we start with? So let me share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my lighting is good. I might have to turn on the lights in my room. Not
It's
sure if my light.
perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. How about now? Is it still good?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay. All right. Awesome. So I can see my screen. Yep. So Rishi says,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, hello Rishi. How are you doing?"
Hello.
Okay. So going to go to sync.million.dev. So in
Mm-hmm.
kitchen sink, we have a couple of teeny projects that we've done. But we did them in React mostly. All these projects are in React. So
Mm-hmm.
today we're just basically going to be migrating some of them to Astro. We just pick five at random. So
All
earlier,
right.
and this is where we might do. Wait, I don't know how this stream is supposed to go. We're supposed to like do introductions here.
Oh, we didn't. We didn't. But
We
everyone
did.
knows who we are, Toby. Everyone knows who we are.
So we shouldn't then. We shouldn't, right?
Yeah. So, do
Okay.
you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah,
Or are
you
you
can.
going to introduce me? No, I'm kidding. So I'm
Okay.
Elian. I'm a community engineer at Astro. So basically, I work on the Astro project and others like Starlight and the Astro documentation. Actually, mainly documentation. And I speak a lot at conferences about Astro and Starlight and Astro Studio, soon to be released. Um, and yeah, I guess that's me.
Awesome, awesome. So, hello everyone. I'm Tobiloba. I don't know why I wave. Why did I wave? I'm Tobiloba, and developer advocate at Million.js. So, I contribute to Million a lot, and I also maintain a couple of other projects. I also do developer relations at the company called Tublian. Tublian is like an open source building in public platform that helps developers 10x to be 10x developers and stuff. So using tools like GitHub open source and other things, media like that. So what I'm excited to be here today because this is going to be definitely crazy because Astro is a project that I've been fascinated by from afar. I mean, I even take inspiration from Astro and shout out to Solid as well. I take inspiration from these two amazing projects and I sometimes use them to make some things, uh, changes within the Million JS community and
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
so I'm excited to be here today. So yeah, so we are here right now. So what projects do you think we should go with, Elian?
Let's
Just
go with
migrating.
something simple to start with. Like let's
Okay.
do this one. The H calculator. It's easy to build. We kind of
Mm-hmm,
know how it goes. We have built that before. So let's
mm-hmm.
try that out if that's good with you.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so H calculator. So we have to
Yeah.
pick like five so that we jot them down. So H
Yeah.
calculator. Let me bring out my notes.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, I was using this for my stream yesterday. So let me just try create a new note. So new note. Sorry, how do I open this? Okay, so I'm still very new to
You
using
can
this
just
app.
do Command N as well. Then you have a new note.
Oh, command. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
Okay,
worry.
so,
Don't worry.
all right. So project to build in Astro. So we're going to start with five projects. So we're doing the age calculator. Age calculator. If I spell
Yes,
that right. So
sounds
what
good.
other projects? We can just pick should we pick the carousel thingy maybe?
We could totally do that. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, because we can use the image. Yeah, definitely.
So
Let's do that.
carousel, image carousel. Sorry. Hmm. Okay, and let's see. Which other one could there be? I would like to work with a form in
Yeah, sure.
yeah, form. Yeah, so a form. So basically going around picking things that are like, emulate real world scenarios of how we build applications really because
Hmm.
if you're building applications, these are sort of like the
Well,
things you're doing.
probably
Yeah.
we should also like make the basic thing, which is a to-do list or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. So to do app. So we're up to four. So one more.
Hmm.
Something mm, simple, simple like C. So maybe making an API calls like see this
Hmm.
movie
Yeah,
finder
sounds
something.
good.
Yeah,
Sure.
movie finder. So now here is the part where we actually now get coded. So we picked five projects from Sync, and for those that want to see that want to go to Sync, I hope I can paste the link in the chat. Not exactly sure how that works.
Hmm.
Just paste it, yeah. So
Yep.
hello Ibrahim, thank you for joining. Um, so now it's on to the Astro docs. So Elian, I
Yes.
think this is where you will. Do you want to share a
It's
screen on
really
that?
easy. It's really easy. Like the docs will guide you through everything. So if you go
Okay.
to the top, then it will say
Mm-hmm.
documentation. You just click
Yep.
on that. We just released our new documentation, so it's very pretty.
Mm,
Oh, and that's my face there. We released our documentation. It's built on Starlight now. Starlight is our docs generator, which is a
yeah.
static set generator for documentation, all built with
Oh,
Markdown and MDX,
damn.
and it works really good.
Mm,
So I guess
Starlight.
we probably need to go to installation now. Yeah, it's starlight.astro.build. So yeah, Starlight for docs.
Oh,
Yep, that's
oh,
it.
okay. Starlight is a project by Astro as well. Okay, nice. Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
yes, definitely.
Okay, amazing.
So
So
let's get
yeah,
started.
okay, get started. Then get started installation.
Yes,
Amazing. So
yes. If anyone has any like feedback on docs, feel free to give it to me, and then I'll
definitely,
improve the documentation.
definitely. So this is the link to the documentation. For
Yes.
those that are wondering. So pasted the link in the chat. So Astro Docs. Probably shouldn't be streaming like this. I don't know, sharing my entire screen on it. Yeah, I'm very bad at this. So installation, install Astro with the
Yes.
automatic CLI. So
Hmm.
now, yeah, obviously I have this. Yeah, I have
Good.
this. I have
Yes.
it in there. So now I think you just fast forward to this place, and
Hmm.
create at latest. I want to use
Yes.
PMPM.
Yes.
So
Good choice.
so opening my terminal now.
Hmm.
So terminal. So just get CD to my desktop.
Hmm.
Now I paste the command in.
Then we have Houston CLI, which is like one of the most amazing CLIs um, that we have built. It's really
Hmm,
beautiful.
amazing. Oh wow, I love this. Let me full screen this. I love this. So where should we
Hmm.
create your so just create it in you could create it in the desktop directory but make it Astro demo projects maybe.
Hmm. Sounds good.
So how would you
Let's
like
do
to start?
let's do
Okay,
empty. That we just can
okay.
like go full
Bundle.
blow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. Empty, okay. I really love this. Wow, this
And
CLI is
the
beautiful.
whole CLI is open source. So one, you can copy it, and two, you can use it. And we actually built a library around it, which is called Clack. Nate built that. So you can like totally use our prompts and everything else. It's
Sorry, can I get
clack.cc. Yeah, clack.cc. Uh, yeah, with an Clack. Clerk is is the, how is it called again, authentication platform, but it's
Yeah,
Clack
yeah.
with no, well, let me write it here in chat.
Okay, okay. So I just guess.
Clack.cc. You see, it's in. Oh, I sent it in private chat.
Oh,
Yes,
what's up?
that's the one. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Ah,
It's
amazing.
really easy to use. It's really good. Like one of
Hmm.
the best tools that I've used.
I'm definitely going to use this for the CLI we have.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
So install dependencies, yes, of course.
It will automatically like infer which package manager you're using. So in this case, it's pnpm, but it will also work with yarn, pnpm,
Hmm.
npm, and of course also with bun.
Oh, damn.
Even though
Nice.
bun is officially not supported by Astro, but bun does
Mhm.
support Astro, but it's not like 100% compatible with
Stable.
Node. And yeah,
Mm.
exactly. So we are a Node framework, so um,
Mm.
it lies with them instead of with us. But yeah.
With us, okay, Austria.
Mhm.
Okay, makes sense. Uh, TypeScript, yeah.
Yeah, let's do TypeScript, of course. Yeah, just do
uh,
strict. Strict is good.
oh my God, is it going to like create like how is he going to do that though with the strict test and relax? How does that work?
It will infer like the configs, the TS config that we have, and then it will
Mm-hmm.
just say you have strictest, which is then like it will require you to write types everywhere. Whereas with strict, it will require you to do it like at most things, but not everything. And then you have
Mm-hmm.
relax, which is just basically do your own stuff.
Amazing, amazing. Initialize a new Git repo. Yes, I'm going to push it to GitHub.
That's it. Now you can open the directory in something like VS Code or Vim, whatever that you use, NeoVim. Everything's
Oh,
good.
I use VS Code. Yeah. Sorry. Open reset. So before that, open. Okay. So I'm just going to grab. Yep. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah. It's
there we go.
yep.
So as you can see, you have a couple of standard directories.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have public and you have source. Those are the main two very important ones. Public
Mm-hmm.
is everything that will be available after the slash. So if you
Mm-hmm.
like unprocessed files, so if you use favicons or you use public like
Images.
fonts or anything, yes,
Okay.
that goes in public. And then
Mm-hmm.
everything that you want to use as being code will go
Mm-hmm.
into source. Then you have the
Mm.
special page called special directory called pages inside of source,
Okay.
where you can
Okay.
put all of your pages. And it actually, if you're familiar with the app router or with
Next
Nux
pages.
or something, Next,
Yeah.
yep, Next
Oh,
Nux,
okay.
Svelte, it
Mm-hmm.
uses like file-based routing. So now you have index.astro, which means that you have
Homepage.
a homepage. If you do about.astro, you will have /about and everything.
Uh,
Yes, if you go into your package.json, you will see a couple of scripts, which is
mm.
basically Astro dev, Astro build, and Astro preview. So
Okay.
Astro dev will start up the dev server, which does make
Mm-hmm.
sense. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have build, which will build your project, and you do see Astro check, which will check for
Yeah.
your types. That's
Yeah.
because you chose TypeScript. And then you
Mm.
have the preview, which will preview your build website, like the outputted files. So I
Mm.
guess we could spin up the dev server and check out how it looks.
Oh, before that,
Mhm.
yeah. So my Astro file looks this way. Am I supposed to install an Astro extension?
Oh yeah, you do. Yes, we have a language server. So if you go to Astro, yes, then you'll see instantly like we have an official one. Yes, the top
Ah,
one.
amazing. So I installed this because I know
Yes.
my file is not supposed to look that way. It's supposed to look
Yeah,
like
no
this.
worries, no worries. It will instantly like work now. Well, let's hope at
Okay,
least.
it's installed. Do I need to restart?
I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay, okay. I
exactly.
see it.
So
Okay.
everything that you see here is just basic HTML, and then at
Mm-hmm.
the top, in between those code fences there, that's called our front matter, and there you can write just normal
Oh,
JavaScript.
like Markdown.
Yeah, basically like
Oh,
Markdown, but you can just use JavaScript instead of Markdown. Well, instead of YAML syntax. So you can basically write const, and then whatever variable equals to whatever value, and then you can just use it in your code, just like you would do it with JSX.
amazing. Oh, I can write normal JS here, I can write JSX here, JS as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I create
Ah,
components?
I'll tell you that in a minute. Like if you do this, that's very interesting what you're doing now, because run the dev server and see what happens.
It's npm run dev, right? Let's see.
PNPM run dev, yes, or
Okay.
PNPM dev as a shorthand, yes. So now you will see the dev server start up. And if you go to localhost and check the console, yes, if you reload, then you'll see that actually nothing is outputted. But if you go back to your VS Code window,
Okay.
do you see it? It's actually in your console there.
Yeah, it
Open your
is.
terminal again. Open your terminal again.
I refresh.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to your terminal from VS Code,
Oh,
where your
okay.
dev server is running. Do you see it? Tobiloba at the bottom?
Oh, I see it.
Yes, because that's actually everything that you put in between the code fences is server rendered. So all of that is being put on the server side by default. So you will not see any outputted JavaScript in your outputted files right now.
Amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
So
it makes sense, yeah.
it makes sense. That's the whole thing. Like the mental model of Astro is really easy to grasp. It's basically everything is outputted as static HTML without shipping any JavaScript. But then if you want JavaScript, we can use that. But that's something that we'll later on do. So now you want to use a component. So
Okay.
let's make a folder components inside of the source folder. So next to pages, basically.
I can give you live share as well in case you
Oh
want.
yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. Yes, if you send me the link, I'll open it up here. Make sure that you don't send it in the public chat.
It's in private chat.
Yes.
Hello.
Perfect. I have the link. It's loading.
Okay, I joined.
Yes, I'm joined.
So you said to create a components folder.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, that's been done.
All right. And then you can create any component you want inside of that. Like call it whatever you need. You want.
So I just counter.ts.
No, .astro you would do.
Ooh, nice twist. What if I wanted to write utility functions? Utility functions that maybe, for example, I'm still thinking of the React model. Yeah, okay, forgive me. But if I had like utility functions that maybe I wanted a function that would help me check a user's phone number, and then based off of that to determine their code. Can I do those with .ts or is it still .astro?
You could do .ts, but then actually your page would change. Well, your component would change to being an endpoint instead of like a page or a component. So in this case, you would actually write a counter. So if we're shared, so you can see this, right? Okay.
Yeah, front matter.
So
yeah.
In this case, you would do const, let's say counter equals, let's say 0, right?
Yeah.
And then if we output like a simple p tag, and we want to show the counter, then we can just do it like this. So
oh my God,
let me
add. So convenient.
Yes, that's the whole thing. So if we can do counter, so that's basically a counter, right? So if we go to our index page, can you, if you follow me, I think that would be possible. Yeah, actually do both. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good. So I'm just going to delete the const name here, and I'm going to import counter from counter components, and then counter.astro. So now we have just the counter component. And then we go to our body and we say import counter here. Just like you would do in any JSX thing. Let me add closing brackets.
To clarify, you just said, everything related to JavaScript is written in that front matter place. So like, for example, now,
yes.
When we wanted to import, you wrote the import statement in between that front matter then. Okay,
yes,
okay,
exactly. Everything that is
Go
Everything
ahead.
that
Yeah.
is TypeScript or JavaScript is put in the front matter, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
just use it like you would do with React or something JSX like. You can just use
Also,
in our body.
so wait, the JavaScript is server rendered here, so
Yes.
that when it gets to the client side, it has already been passed or something.
Yes.
So you
So
just
what actually happens here? So if I
okay,
build an array, like let's say names, right, which
okay.
is an array
Mm-hmm.
from people. And let's
Mm-hmm.
say my name is Elian. My age
Okay.
is 24, and then
Okay.
we have another person called Toby.
Okay.
And Toby, what is your age?
21.
21. So now
Mm-hmm.
we have an array of two people.
Okay.
This is like not. Oh yeah, let me put a comma here. So this
Yeah.
is not like type safe yet. So we can just do something like interface,
Okay.
and then people, for instance, or
Okay.
let's do person.
Person. Yeah.
So this is
You know,
just normal TypeScript, and we say a person has a name, which is a string,
string.
and
Yeah.
then um, we have an age, which is a number.
Yeah.
So normal TypeScript, and then we just say names is a
It's like
person,
person.
and
Yeah.
it's oh yeah, I
And
should capitalize this.
yeah,
So this is
capitalize.
just exactly this is normal TypeScript.
Yeah.
So what we do have now is one type checking on the server and at build time. So what we now can do is output that list. So if we go here, we can just do normal JSX expressions. So let us say names dot
So,
map, and then you
okay.
say person,
Mm-hmm.
which equals let's do the simple return, a p element, which is
Person dot name.
person dot name
Mm-hmm.
is, and then
Person dot
person dot
age.
age,
Yeah.
exactly, you feel me,
Okay.
years old.
Yeah.
So this is just normal stuff. And if you go to the website now in the browser,
Mm.
exactly, you will see Elian is 24 years old, Toby is 21 years old. And this is all server rendered. So if we output this, this will actually render as pure HTML without anything else. No JavaScript being needed because this is a static list. So everything is just basic HTML by default.
Interesting.
Really interesting, yes. And that's where yeah, if you go to the network tab, of course, it will output some JavaScript now because we're using Vite as a dev server. But if you would
Yeah. Yeah.
output this, actually, you can do that. Go back to your terminal and instead of the dev server, write pnpm build.
Okay. Command J.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
I need to see this.
Yeah, this is really cool. So now, if you go into your file system and you just check out the build project, which is this, you just see index.html because that's everything that we need here. We don't need any JavaScript. But if you run this website, so if you do pnpm build, pnpm preview, sorry.
Preview. Okay. That is preview.
So preview will always show you like the outputted files. Yes. And now if you go to the link again, you'll see exactly the same that we had before. And if you go to the network tab and you reload, you'll see only the favicon being fetched, and that's it. The iframe is not from us. That's probably an extension you have, but that's it.
Oh my god.
Because you only need HTML, so we only send you HTML.
The iframe.html is yours? Or it's
No,
not yours?
the iframe is a browser extension. You can see that if you go to the, I think in the response in the iframe, it will say Chrome extension and then colon / something else. This makes sense, right? Because you actually only need JavaScript, so we only send you JavaScript.
So the only thing you're sending back to me is
HTML. Sorry,
the only thing you're sending back to me is the favicon.
Yes, because that's the only thing you required. Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I love this.
Okay, so this makes sense to you, right?
Yeah, the speed is insane too. Or maybe it's just because
No, that's the whole thing. Because you're only sending HTML, it doesn't require JavaScript to render, so HTML response can be very fast. So
that makes sense.
Let's start and add. Oh yeah, I can totally do this. Start the dev server again.
Okay.
So we do have our counter. I will build that in a moment, but I just want to show something here. So let me add a new file, which is called about.astro. Then if I go to the components, let's build a header.astro. So a normal header page, then we can add our code fences here. And let's just make a unordered list with you know what, we can totally do this with an array. For instance, links, header links, right? And we have a link which is an href that's /about with title about, and then we have one with an href that is just slash
the home
and
page.
it's exactly the home page. So title is home. Now we can just here do links.map, and then we just want to output link, and that is an LE element. List item. Yes, with an A. And now that's the cool part. So here we want to use our title. So we do a link.title. And of course we want to href. Let me get that right. Href to our not home.
Href.
We want to do href.
No, link.href.
Link.href. Exactly. Link.href.
Okay.
So now if you go back to the website, there is nothing there because we didn't import the counter. Imported the header yet.
About the header into the about.
Yes. So now we can do import.
Oh, sorry, we're supposed to import the header into the index rather.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm doing now. Components /header.astro. And then in the body, first thing that we use is our header. So if you go to the website now, there it is. And now we can navigate. Like click on the about page. You see it goes to /about. There is a problem. There is nothing on that on that page yet. So you don't want to go back to the code. I'll show you. You don't want to copy everything and paste it every time over. So normally what you could do is go to the about and paste everything that we had, and then you have this website again. But that's not what we want to do. Actually, we want to build a layout. For instance, the header we want to be shared, and the head, for instance, and the meta we want to be used everything. Exactly. So what we can do is build, for instance, source, new file, call it layouts / default.astro. So we copy everything and we go into our default and we just put everything there for now.
Which, and instead of layouts is a file.
Layout, layouts is the folder. Default is the name, basically, because you can build different layouts, of course. So what we have now is a template, basically.
Oh yeah, I understand. Does Astro understand by default what layouts should be doing?
Yes, that's a naming convention. You can actually use whatever you want. So we don't need this anymore here. We don't need that. So now we have just an empty layout. So now what we want to use is actually in our about page, because we had to copy everything from index to about. So what we want to do here is remove everything. So just do import, and we import our layout. So let's do layout from, let's see, we're in pages. So component, not component, sorry, layouts /default.astro. That's just our layout. And then we can do layout.
And then layout wraps everything once.
Yes, the layout wraps everything, just like you would do in a JSX or in Nuxt. It feels the same. So then we would say, hello from about. And now we copy everything, and then we go to the index page.
Oh, okay. I think I get this. It's not like Astro automatically understands what layout is. It's just us using.
You have to import it because it's basically a component. But you wrap everything in it because you have a slot element, and in that slot you would put everything that would be in your body. So if you go back to our page now, to the index, like on the website, yes, it says hello from index. So what we're missing is actually in our layout, we didn't import our header. So let's import the header component, which is import header from component / header.astro. Now, if you go to the index page again, see home and about. And if you click on the about, you'll see that it's there.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
And
yeah,
really cool. So it's really, really easy. But the problem is now that we have our title at the top, which says Astro. So let's change that to say Toby, for instance. So now it says Toby. But the problem is that it's actually like that on both pages. So if you go to About, it says Toby. If it goes to Home, you say also Toby. That's probably not what we want. Actually, we want the index to say Elian and the About page to say Toby. So what we would do in this case is we go to our layout and we write props like you would do in something like React. So we write export. Well, you don't actually have to import it. We say interface props, which is our title element. We want that to be a string, and it's required. Since we have TypeScript, we can totally do that. So we remove the title element here, and we just say title. But we still have to import that. But let's make that available. So how do we make that available? We say we export the title, or we deform it from astro.props. Now we have our title.
Okay.
And now, if we go to our index page, we say title equals, and then we say, I have too many brackets here. We say Toby, and in our about page, we say title is Elian. Now, if you go to our page, you see that it says Elian, and on our home page, it will say Toby. There we go. So we basically built a server-rendered prop. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a static prop. This just makes sense, right?
Yeah, everything you've done so far makes sense.
Okay, that's good. So now we're going to get... Yes, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You were going to say something. Maybe you say it first before I say what I would say.
I was going to say, so now we want to build that counter component that we built earlier. We want to do something with the counter, probably, because now it's just a useless element. So if we go to...
I want to see how I should work. I want to see how I should try to work on it. Okay, let me try this. So we have our components counter Astro. And so the counter is instantiated to 0. Now I want a mechanism to allow me to increase the counter. So if I create a function here, increment, right? Increment count. So increment count basically, increment count should basically help me to just do counter plus. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how this will work. So I'm not sure.
Don't worry.
I'm not sure.
I will tell you everything that you're doing wrong in a second, but go ahead and do it now, and then we'll see.
Okay, so I create my button here. So this button handles increment, and then now in here I want to do an on click. Oh, sorry, it's not React. How do I do an on? Did I just write on click?
Don't worry.
On click. So on click, I call the increment count function. Okay. So also I want to write if statements here, maybe.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to say, let's try it out on the server. Try it out on the website, I mean. On the preview.
So I've not imported this yet. So we need to import this into, let me put this in home. So I just come here, import. So also to clarify, the name here has to match the name of the file, right?
It doesn't, because actually it's a default export. So you can name it anything you want, but you have to import it from that file.
Wait, so then how do you do okay, it's a default export. Sorry, I wanted to say how do you do named exports? But let me do this first.
In an Astro component, you wouldn't. It's always a default export.
Is it that you can't or you wouldn't?
You can't.
Okay.
Well, not for Astro components, at least.
Oh, okay. So I feel like there is a caveat here. What's the caveat?
There is none. Well,
Okay.
there is, but I'll tell you in a second.
All right. Awesome. So I made this guy count. Why is it showing me that error?
It should work actually. Yep. Components
Counter.
and counter. Yep, that should be it.
But I already renamed the file to counter with a big C. Why is it
Mm-hmm.
still three?
It will work. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So let's see.
You didn't put it on the page yet. You
Oh,
imported it, but you didn't put it on the page. Yeah.
oh, so counter B down here,
Yes.
and I'm not passing any props. So
And
let's
now
open.
now we will see the caveat. So you have the counter there, but click on it.
Mhm.
Nothing
Ah,
happens. And
okay.
why is that? It's because Astro ships basic HTML and nothing else. So actually what you would do, if you want a counter with state, you would put it in JavaScript. So you can do a script tag and do everything of the logic in there. Or you could just use React. So
Oh,
you're a React user, right?
yeah.
Let's try and build this in React. So open your terminal again. Yes, and then stop the dev server for a second here.
Okay.
And just write pnpm astro add and then React. Then you just say, yep. Now it will resolve Astro, it will resolve React, and then it says, hey, we want to use Astro React, types and React, the DOM, and React DOM. And now we
Oh my
just
God,
say continue.
this CLI is so convenient. I love this, bro. This is so convenient. It's like
This is
everything.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
I love this CLI. It's so robust.
It's super convenient. Yeah, and it will update every config file for you. So it says, hey, you are going to use React, so do you want to use it in your config as well? So you would say, yes, I would. And then it will say, oh, but you're also using TypeScript. So, yep. Oh, in your TS config, you probably would need JSX and JSX import. So you say, yep. And now it has updated everything for you. So
Ah,
don't worry, everything about here, the errors don't matter here.
wait.
So now you do
Question.
have, yes,
Question. What were we writing before?
Astro.
Okay, so you are saying everything we wanted to do here, even if I didn't have to use React at all, I could have just been writing pure Astro, and I'll still be able
Yes,
to manage states.
yes.
Okay, so now that we've come to React, how would you show me how to manage states in pure Astro?
Actually, we have a whole docs guide on that. But in a whole Astro, of course, because it's basic HTML and CSS and JavaScript, it would
Okay.
use a library called nanostores, which is
Oh, okay.
actually just a framework agnostic state manager. So
Okay.
it does feel a lot like something like Redux, but then on a bigger scale. So yeah, you can also do in the search, if you just type state, for instance, you'll see that we just have a docs page, share state, how to share state, and then you click on it, and then you have the page. And then it will say how you do it.
Oh,
Mhm.
nanos, interesting. Also, it's giving like Redux vibes. It makes sense.
Yes,
Mm.
it's very much like Redux or like Pina. It's kind of the same idea, but it's plain JavaScript basically instead of something like Vue or
Can
anything
I
else.
use Next in Astro?
Next, no, because Next is
Framework.
a meta framework built for React. So
Yeah.
actually, you would replace Next with Astro and then put React on top of it. That's the
Okay.
difference.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes
Okay,
sense.
so
Yeah,
now,
because I see
okay,
all these things
so
in routing
yes,
and everything. Yeah.
exactly. So now start the dev server again, and then we'll build the counter component for you.
PM dev.
Okay.
Okay, so it's live. So I come back here.
Okay, nice. So now the counter component is still in Astro. So it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
So now we can convert that to React code. So if we go
Oh.
back and just change the extension to be TSX,
Oh my
which
God.
is Astro. Well, it's not Astro, sorry. That's a React extension. Yes. But of course, we have the code fences there. So delete the code fences.
Okay. Code fences out.
And so now let's wrap that because we all know how that works in React. So, yep, go ahead.
So
Make
now
it
I'm writing.
function counter. Now you're writing React again. Yep. Then
So
put
now
everything in there.
I can make counter be a state then.
Yes.
Okay. I'm now writing React. I think
Now
I
you're
see.
writing React. Exactly. Well, TSX, yeah. or GSX.
So Control X, I make this V, I
Mm-hmm.
make this area. What's going on? Just give me this guy as a fragment. So I
Mm-hmm.
paste this in there,
Mm-hmm.
grab this function and counter. I obviously will not need counter again because I need to
Mm-hmm.
make this
Use
be a
state.
I think I see where this is headed. Interesting.
Mm.
So now, also, I'm curious, what were the dependencies that were installed when we migrated to React just now?
Nothing. You just import React. Well, we do have Astro.js/React, but that's just to make React work. So that's the only thing that you've imported into your Astro config. Everything else is handled for you. And
Okay.
everything that you're importing, like now in the DSX component, like the counter itself, is
Okay.
just React. So you import useState from React, not from Astro.js/React or anything.
Oh, makes sense. So integrations, we just had the React compiler. There's a React compiler
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. Okay. Interesting. So back here now, and okay, I import useState from React. So obviously this
Mm-hmm.
cannot work. So I just set
Yes.
count
Mm-hmm.
to maybe grab the previous count and then count +1 or something.
That's doable. Yeah, sure.
So then I okay, this
Yeah, you
guy
called it count instead of counter, but yeah, just count
counts, yeah. So oh, sorry,
without capital
count.
C. Yeah, don't worry.
So then this okay, this is now GSX, yeah.
Yep, this is a valid JSX component. The only thing you have to change now is that actually exactly you have to still import the component in your index.
Uh so now what's
Mhm.
the error I'm getting?
The only thing
Oh,
that you have to remove is .tsx. It will import from just components, counter, and then just do this.
uh,
Now go to
mm,
the page again. If you see the counter is still there, but if you click on it, nothing happens.
mm,
And why is
mm,
that? It's because Astro, even though you're writing React, it will actually
mm-hmm.
compile all your components down to static HTML by default. So even
Yeah,
though
makes
you're
sense.
using React or Vue or even Svelte or anything else, it will
Mm-hmm.
still output static HTML. But what we
Okay.
can do and will do now is if you go
Mm-hmm.
back and to the
Mm-hmm.
counter, you just add a client directive, we call them, client, and we just do client load. That tells you, hey, I'm going to use the client for this. I need my JavaScript. So if you go back now and click on the counter, it works. That's
Okay,
it.
wait. Quick question. How do I
Mhm.
okay now this client load obviously is a parameter that exists on all components here.
Yes.
So how do I find the let me see. Where in the docs is this? Do I just let me
Go
see.
ahead. Try to search for it.
Client load. So what do you call this? Do you call it props or what is it called?
Client directives. We call them directives.
Client directives. Interesting. That's supposed to be okay.
That's it.
There are more. Client
You have a couple of
idle,
them. Exactly.
load and hydrates the components. JavaScript once page is done, initial load. Time visible. Oh, this
Yep.
is for you. Oh,
Yeah. For instance, like it will only hydrate your component whenever it's visible. So whenever it's in the viewport.
okay. So that's when it will add the JavaScript to it for
Hmm.
okay efficient load. It makes sense. Interesting. Clients only skips
Hmm.
HTML and that's only on the client. Oh
Hmm.
my god, yes.
And it will just ship everything in JavaScript.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Client directives. Yeah,
Hmm.
makes sense.
So now we have a working client component built in React upon
Mm-hmm.
Astro with
Mm-hmm.
state. So
Mm.
now we can build a whole website. Like this is probably everything that you would need for a personal website or something like a blog. Well, we have so much more even, but like content collection and stuff. But this is the basics.
Makes
So
sense. This
with
is
all the tools
totally.
that I've given you in like the past, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
like half an hour, I
Mm-hmm.
think you can build all of those components. Well, all
Mm.
of those projects, I think,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just going
even
to
though there is more.
yeah. Okay. Awesome. So let me get started. So I built
Mhm.
the age calculator.
Yeah.
Now let's do now let's do the image carousel.
Okay.
So basically going to come into components, create oh, this Edad or Astro still runs like normally
Mm-hmm.
regardless. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So let's do carousel. So I'm just going to come here,
Sure.
carousel.tsx. So in the carousel we have on the sync, we had
Mm-hmm.
some yeah, where is it? We had some like a package, this slider or something. Let me check that out. I'll try to migrate it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh sorry, where's that? It is the kitchen sink. So if I go to if I go to source examples and then I search for carousel,
Mm-hmm.
where is it? Where is it? Let me just scroll here. Carousel to CSX, yeah. So in carousel we have images, an array, current index. So I
Basically,
fetch
if you
images
just
here.
like copy that code, like on the top right, there is a copy, right? Yep.
Okay.
If you just paste that
Mm-hmm.
and then import carousel in your index. Oh yeah, of
So
course. Yes, you're
am I
using million. Makes sense.
okay, so let me take this guy out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let me configure million first. So
Yeah,
before we
go
come,
ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so back to million docs. Let's see. So now to configure Astro, so basically I need to install million first. So pm
Mm-hmm.
install million, pm install million. Okay, done. Million has been added. So now let's
Mm-hmm.
see how to configure in Astro. So in Astro, all I basically have to do is
Basically,
um
you have to copy the Vite project. So, well, the Vite object. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. So I come to astro.config.mjs. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And then I paste it. Right. I put a comma here, right?
Yep.
And I
Mm-hmm. And you have to import million, of course.
yes. So million slash compiler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Setup. So let's
That's it.
npm pm
PNPM.
dev.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, well, we're in auto mode now. So let's see what happens. And it was still okay, it does still run. But I'm a
It does
little
still
skeptical.
run.
I'm a little bit skeptical as to how Million will help out here. But we have like a server side, um, we have
Mm-hmm.
like server side support that helps us like optimizations as
Mm-hmm.
well on that end with hydration and everything in between.
Right.
But like in this case, I'm a little bit skeptical as to how it can actually help Astro. Or what do you think?
Well, the nice thing is that Million builds upon, well, builds, does improve React. And we
Mm-hmm,
have React support. So you can basically, if you go to the index, you can just import it and then you can
mm-hmm.
just use Astro. Well, you can use your React components. So in this case, you just import carousel, put it on the page, and you're done. That's it.
Carousel. So from here,
Mm-hmm.
import carousel component slash carousel. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you didn't
Car-
export the component yet, but that's
oh,
okay. Yeah.
that's what I was wondering. Yes,
Oh no,
export
it does. It does export. Okay, then you can just import it.
slash carousel. So let me just write that out.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up, but it should work.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's weird. Okay. Oh, the
Oh,
CSS.
yeah. CSS exactly.
So okay, now
That's good.
to
We
create,
we can we can totally do that.
yeah. So I create my CSS styles folder, right? I can do that.
You can totally do that. You're free to. Yep.
Okay, styles. So here I can
Mhm.
just have my carousel styles.
Mhm.
Used to so I come back here,
Mhm.
carousels in CSS.
CSS examples, and then it was carousel.css.
Yep. Examples. CSS examples. Okay, here carousel.css. Yeah. So I just grab this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's copy this instead. Paste right here.
Mm-hmm. Update
So
your
now,
import path, and that's it.
yeah. So I come back to carousel. That's yes. Okay, I'm loving this actually.
That's good to hear.
CSS. Let's just code. Okay, now it feels like I'm writing normal. I'm building it normally. Like
That's it.
I already
You can
the
build
device.
your normal writing style in the sense you can build basic HTML, as in just use HTML inside of Astro, and then you can
Mhm,
just write basic JSX like you would do normally without having
mhm,
any Astro optimizations, and that's it. You can just do it.
Okay, I see this. I see this. Oh wait, I have a. Oh, sorry. What was I looking for? I was trying to import the
Hmm.
uh
The
carousel.
CSS. Hmm.
Yeah, I actually had a question. Sorry, let me do this first. Then
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry.
my question. So index. Where are you? I already imported it in index.
Hmm.
Carousel.
You
Yeah,
have to add the client component, of course. Well, the client directive. Sorry.
I'm so not used to that. Sorry.
No, no, don't worry, don't worry.
Okay, so
And now it should hydrate everything, and now you have JavaScript.
interesting.
Hmm.
Oh my god, this is awesome. Why this image is not
And
loading?
actually, you have done nothing else than just writing everything that you already know.
Yeah, that's why I'm like saying like
Hmm.
I didn't actually do anything out of the.
And the cool part is that actually we can optimize this because now we're shipping JavaScript to a lot of things. But for instance, the images we could get
Mhm.
as a static list and then just pass it on to well your million or React component, and then we only fetch it once instead of every time that you will reload this page, it will fetch now, which makes
So
sense
let's.
because it's a React component. So if you go
Mhm,
to carousel,
mhm.
then you can see you have images and set images, which is a
Yes,
fetch, right?
yes,
So
yes.
I'll write this because that might be easier. So
Okay,
you know what? If you click on your live share, you can follow me. That might be more well easier for you.
okay.
Yes. So now we see what actually it does. So you have a const fetch images here.
Mhm,
We will extract that out.
mhm,
So we go to our index and we just, like we usually would,
mhm.
fetch images. So now we have our
From
images. Set
static prop.
images we don't need anymore. So we just do a const. But
So you
you
pass
know
as a
what? Let's
static.
just I'll show you. It's not really difficult. So const
Okay,
images.
okay.
And then we do const data and then return data.
Okay.
It's like this.
Yeah, first.
So now we have our images. And we
Mhm.
would want to pass our images. So images equals
Okay.
and then images. Because we do
One sec.
have that constant here. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going
Spell it.
to remove this just to make it a little bit easier. So now we have an
Okay.
async function. We don't want it to be a function. We want it to be, we want it actually to be just a
Variable.
normal thing. So we're going to await our fetch, and then
Okay.
we're going to do then,
Mhm.
and then we're going to copy this, remove this,
Yeah, it's
and
basically the
then
same, but this is much
yes,
more linear.
and then uh, you know what? Let's do res and then res.json.
Hmm.
This is how you would do it. This would be server side. So this will only render once. So it will fetch all of the images at build time and then pass them to your client component. So you won't do the fetching every time. And then in
Hmm.
counter, not in counter, sorry, in carousel,
The
we
structure
actually,
image,
yes.
so we don't need
So
this.
now you can totally remove that. And we
Don't need.
have, yes, exactly. Hmm. And
Then
we still have the
oh,
images. So
why is there an
now,
error? Okay, type.
because it's an any type, that
Yeah.
like, don't worry. So now, in theory, if we go back to our website,
Mm-hmm.
let's try if it still works.
Oh my
It
god, the
does.
type doesn't the type doesn't stop it from not
Oh,
loading
no, no,
it.
of course. Like it's just, it says you, hey, this is an any type and it's not
Okay,
explicit. So, and actually now, let's build the website instead of, because we're now in dev mode still.
okay. So wait, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, I have a question before we do that. Let
Yes.
me know so I won't forget. Sorry, I need to remember these commands. Package.json. It's pnpm serve, I think, but I'm not exactly sure. Is it
PNPM,
serve?
no, it's PNPM build and PNPM preview.
Okay. So yeah, my question is about yeah, for example, if I was uh yeah, if I was in normal HTML, yeah, like for example,
Hmm.
think of me writing normal HTML, CSS, and
Hmm.
JavaScript. I could basically write my HTML. Then in my JS, I could go use how do I could basically go grab those components in my with my DOM methods and then use them in my JavaScript, and then based on that attach event listeners to some of these components so that I can maybe like this counter I built, for example. I could have written some
Yes.
DOM methods to help me grab the button, or to help me grab that counter variable, and then
Hmm.
based on some event listeners that I will write in my JavaScript, I would make the counter to increase on every click of the button.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how would I replicate that in Astro?
Well, in Astro, technically, like in Astro, as in the base layer, you wouldn't,
Mhm.
because you have, well, if you need client side JavaScript, you want to use the client side library or just plain JS. That's possible as
Okay,
well. So
okay.
we can do that in a minute. Like if you refresh the page now, are you serving the build website?
I've
Oh
got
yeah,
on it here.
yeah. Don't worry. Like this goes very fast, um, and then you should be able to just refresh the page, and then we can inspect. Do you see what's happening? So now we have just, yeah, you only did the fetch, but do you see there is no fetch happening here? Because actually we fetched on our server on at build time.
Oh wow.
So do you see where they're coming from? So what's
Yeah.
interesting is if you go back to your code, I'll show you. So what's
Okay.
actually happening here? So we have the carousel here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have our previous slide, next slide, that stuff, and we are fetching our images here. So if, for instance, I do then here, oop, then we just do a normal function, and we just
Mm-hmm.
say console.log
Mm-hmm.
fetching images. So
Okay.
now build the project again. So do pnpm build.
And preview.
Mhm. So check out the terminal because we need it. We need it. No, it
Oh,
will
the
never
terminal.
show up there. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So scroll up, and then you can see fetching images right back there. Just go a little bit up again. Yeah, it's because I'm not returning anything. That doesn't matter. But do you see
Oh, okay.
fetching images there?
Yes, I see it.
So it actually fetches the images, which is the function that I've written here in the then. It
Mm-hmm.
actually only fetches on the server at build time and only once.
Mm.
That's the whole
Okay.
thing. So you can do everything server side, feed it to your client side, and optimize all of your components. And then you get the benefits from having faster websites, faster build times, faster render times, and all of that.
Ah. Wow. Actually, this is amazing. Wow.
That's why I was so invested in Astro immediately, because it just makes so much sense. Like, why do we ship JavaScript if we actually don't need it? Why would we fetch this picture, which is a delay because you're fetching something, you get a response that takes some milliseconds or even
Mhm.
seconds if it's something big. But actually, we can do that on our server back at build time only once because it's the same response every time. Like you would get all of those pictures only once.
I feel like every framework out there or every front end thingy should be doing this. Like,
Yeah,
this is insane.
exactly. That's
Wow.
the whole thing. But the thing is that actually we are starting, well, we are starting to see that a lot of frameworks do, well, not take this approach, but like improve on this approach. For instance, Vue has the what's called vapor mode now, which also has to
Mhm.
do with hydration, and then you have quick, which has no hydration but resumability.
There's maybe
Even next will take, well, next is now server side more, and you have all of that stuff.
Mm,
So yeah, and this is just the basics.
mm. Sorry.
No, don't worry.
Hello. Sorry. Hello. I've been using Astro since 2021. Nice to see you working on it. Hey, Rishi. Okay, people in the comments. Sorry. Yeah. So,
Don't worry.
okay, this is mind blowing. Actually, I love this. Okay, let me do another component by myself then.
Yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
this type as an any type. For now, I can
Yeah.
just want to type this any maybe. Would that allow me because it's in strict mode?
No, because your image would be any. So you would actually write in your images.map, you would say images and then any.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So clear this PM
Mm-hmm.
PM dev. So another component. Let's
Mm-hmm.
grab. Let's quickly go back here. So what the next thing we're working on is, so this is done.
Mm-hmm.
Done. So we're working on a form next. So
Mm-hmm.
now let's look for the form. Let me just search here. Form.
Well, forms do have a couple of caveats because there's a couple of ways you could do it. In
Mm-hmm.
well, you're basically doing it in React because you know React. That makes sense, and
Yeah.
this will just work. But by default, you actually would do server side rendering or view transitions or something. But that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't worry. Like for now, just build it like you normally would, and then I'll comment after.
Okay. But this form is just a. It doesn't really do anything. I don't think it's still going to. Okay, it
Yeah.
should work.
Just going to submit. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's grab this guy. Um. So uh, form dot csx. So I paste this guy in here. Obviously,
Hmm.
everything is set up, so no more errors, I'm guessing. So while the form is submitting, can I do this? For example, if I'm debugging forms at times, I tend to
Yeah.
do
Go ahead.
this. Okay, submit. Let me improve on this. And for example, if I
Hmm.
want the form to collect an input from a user, let's say this input, the type is text, and then I want to create a state here, maybe const. I want to collect the user's name or something.
Hmm.
Use states from React, an empty string initially. So now on submit, I basically want to okay, I still want to grab this because and on change here.
Hmm.
On change. So on change, I want to set name
Hmm.
to be let me just do this instead. On change, I want to set name to be name.
Hmm.
Okay, right. This makes oh sorry, I want to grab the event. I was like events or targets. Value. Sorry, events. I want to grab the event now here. What's wrong with me?
Okay.
The events, the targets. Let me just do this instead. This is cleaner. So targets, sorry. It's gonna. So here I want to do targets of value. Okay, so that's been grabbed. Type text, blah blah blah. A placeholder, enter a name. Okay, so this has been set up and value is
Hmm.
supposed to be named. So many things to actually just set up.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so this is done.
Yeah.
So this has been, yes, so I expose default form. Let me
Hmm.
come and grab it from my index.astro. Yeah. So let me grab it from
Hmm.
here. So I'm grabbing from, I'm going to add the client's load because I want it to show up
Hmm.
directive. So import form from component slash so that's going to be why is it not suggesting it to me?
Normally it would. Well, for me, it does at least.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Let's
set
check if it
up.
works.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
coming here, what's going on? Did I even
Your dev
render
server
it?
is not running.
Oh,
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
it is. It is now. It is. Don't worry. It is. Yep.
Okay.
Scroll back. Yeah, there it is.
Mm, okay. Okay. Is there a bit of styling I can do here or something? Let me come to
You
my
can do
form.
that totally. Yeah.
Can I use Tailwind or should I try this style?
You can. I'll show you how to import that in a second. Yeah.
Okay. Margin. Sorry, it's supposed to be double objects. So it's like 30 pixels maybe. 50 pixels, 40 pixels. What's going on?
That wouldn't work.
Hmm.
Why doesn't that work? Like, if you think for a second, this is just that. Well, this is just not basic in a sense. So what we actually would do in this case, open your terminal again, and you just type. So stop your dev server
Mm-hmm.
and just do pnpm add and then tailwind, and then we can just use tailwind.
Oh, we can't do inline
Well,
styling.
you,
Is
you
that what?
can you can you can in a sense, but it says wait, the style prop expects a mapping from style properties to values, not a string. So you probably just did something wrong in the styles.
Mm,
But well, CSX is not really my thing.
okay.
But I think you would do
Yeah,
40 and then just add pixels to it
yeah, but
as a
like
string.
this is how I typically write it. So
Really? Then yeah, you have to
yeah.
start the dev server again. It's not running.
Oh, okay, okay. I just write it with like 40 pixels. Am I doing something
Mm-hmm.
wrong?
Wouldn't you use just 40 without it being a string, like as in the value 40, and then just do
Oh,
something like pixels like this?
pixels? Let's see. Am I missing something?
Probably just reload.
Because
Yeah,
oh,
that's it.
okay. Then it throws the error.
um okay, wait, let me reload again.
When ooh,
So mapping from style properties. Let me think. I actually don't use styles like that.
oh, but this is the way
Mhm.
I typically write mine, and it works for me. I can normal
Okay.
JSX.
Well, if it works, it works.
It's breaking. Let's just use Tailwind instead or something.
Ah,
Well, let's
well, that was what I was going to get at. Um,
use X.
it's so weird that you actually do. You have to use a variable in there because that would be so weird.
No,
Like,
it's the way it's this thing is a CSS property. So
right?
yeah, that's the way it typically works.
Yeah, but now you have to do margin top still, right?
Yeah, sorry. Imagine.
Yeah.
So
So
weird.
this. Okay,
Oh,
so that
oh,
works. Yeah,
okay, this
you
is
did.
okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, this works now. So what was going
Okay.
on before? That's so weird.
I have no idea. But yeah, this is just basic like how you would do it in React, of course. Because now we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
actually not built an Astro form, you've built a React form. But now
Yes.
if you write your name in there, because it does enter your name, so do so, that just works.
Hmm.
And the thing is, why does that work? Well, it's just your React component like you
Yeah,
would typically do.
yeah.
The thing is that, for instance, like if you would do this in Astro, we can do this in another way. So, do you want us to do it in Astro?
Yes.
Okay, this is something of the way more advanced things. Why? Because forms have to be submitted and have to be received somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, I suppose it's easier if you follow me for this one because
Okay.
it's quite something. But I'll show you
Okay.
how to do it.
All right.
First of all, something that we will need if we want to process forms is server-side rendering. Right now, we have
Okay.
server-side generating, which is not the
Mm.
same. So
Oh,
I don't know if I can write in the terminal. Can I? Nope.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I
just
can people access. Yeah.
an access. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So let me start here. So what we want to do is actually PNPM. Oh, I'm writing
Oh, yeah.
in
I think
terminal. So PNPM
Mm-hmm.
Astro add, and then we'll add. Oh, we want to use Tailwind as well. So Tailwind and Node. Now we just press enter, and let's check if that works. Results packages sounds good. Astro and Tailwind sounds good. Node sounds good. And now we will have to update a couple of things because we added two packages, and one of them is actually an adapter. So Astro will generate a Tailwind config file. Sure, we need that. And now you see what it
Yes.
does. So import Tailwind and import Node, add Tailwind, and then add output server because we want the server to be rendered, and then an adapter, which is Node. Okay, sounds good. That's it. So now if we clear that and we do pnpm dev, if you go back to your local thing, yeah, it will still have been the same.
Tailwind has been added. I see
The
it
Tailwind
because
has been added.
Tailwind strips off everything.
Yes, but the awesome thing is nothing else has been changed. Like everything still works exactly the same as it did before.
Yeah.
So now what we want to do is our form.tsx, we want actually to be an Astro component. So all of this we can do in native HTML. Well, native HTML and a little bit of magic. So I'm going to delete that for now and add it as an Astro component. So let's do just a p element for now and say form.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to update the import to be form.astro, and then I'm going to change the extension name to be also rename to Astro.
Form.astro, yeah.
Let it reload. Okay, so now if we go back to the dev server, is it showing up as form? It should reload. Yeah, it probably should reload. Oh, that's weird. We might have to restart the dev server.
Okay.
It shouldn't actually, but
okay.
npm dev. And does it work now?
So refresh. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Nice. So we see form. So let's actually add a form.
Okay.
So how do we do that? We're going to build a form element. So let's just do it like this.
Okay.
/form. Okay. So now we have a normal form. So is it showing up? It should. Okay, perfect. Username. Oh yeah, and we can totally like use like Tailwind here. So if we add class and then text, let's do red 600. Oh, if we go back, our text should become in a second. It's red. So we can totally do that.
Yeah.
Now we want to actually add a submit button probably.
Okay.
So let's go back in our form and add submit.
Okay.
All of this does make sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
The thing is that now we have to process it. So we have our exactly. So how do we do that? Well, we add a method here with post.
This is normal HTML.
This is normal HTML. Exactly. That's the whole thing. This is just basic HTML. But now comes the validation and the difficult part.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is make actually a request. So this is going to sound a little, well, this is going to look a little bit difficult at first, but it's going to make sense, I promise. So if Astro request, Astro dot request, and then this should be low.
Sorry, I have a question. This Astro, is this a class like Astro? Because, for example, remember when we were doing the static props, we did Astro.props. So this Astro, is it a class coming from somewhere?
Yeah, from Astro, of course, like from the framework itself.
Oh, okay. So Astro does and requests in the doc.
Now we have if Astro.post. So now we can actually see when a request is a post request. That does make sense. So if we would actually fetch like from something like Postman to this to this component, well, to the page where this component is on, it would
Yeah.
actually say, oh yeah, I have to put this in a page actually. But
Yeah.
this would say, hey, this is a post request. So what we're going to try now is, let's say our data. So we want const data is await, because it's totally asynchronous. Await, and then we do astro lowercase request, which is the same method as we used earlier. And then we just do form data. That's it. And then we do, let's say, const username equals data dot get, and then we call it username. So let's just copy that username, and then let's log it on. Let's do it in an alert. So alert, and then username.
Yeah.
Okay, so open the page again, and let's see if it works.
I'm not going to add, or is it automatically going to decipher that username should be?
This is HTML.
Oh, you are requesting the form data coming from this form?
Yes. Because this is not React. This is just native HTML. And native HTML actually handles the state and everything for you. Well, you don't really have state. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. So
because there is no framework that... Yeah, exactly. So now, if you go to the page and try out the form.
So I submit.
You'll see the page will refresh. So, oh yeah, I didn't put the alert, but you see that it works.
Yeah, it does.
And it does make sense because this is just native HTML and we actually did nothing that's really difficult. Also, wait, let me add a real alert here.
Okay.
Window, how is it called again? Window.alert, something like that?
Yeah, window.alert, yeah.
Yes. Does it work now? Because it might be because we're using the server and it streams that from the server. That does make sense. So I should actually do a console log here.
Okay.
And then so that means username. Sorry. Yep. So now if it goes, you will see it on the log of the server, of course. So now if you go to the server, well, your terminal window, sorry, you'll see that it actually will have outputted your name. There it is. Because it's all on the server now. This does make sense, right? And it's just basic HTML. But the thing is, we can do really advanced things with this. For instance, we can just require this. So this is now required, but that's just HTML. So you can easily bypass this. Yeah, you can easily bypass this. But what if we want to check if it's like a real thing? Then we can just do here username if, and then we can just do normal TypeScript. So if type of, and then just say username is not a string. Let's do string as a string.
Yeah.
Or your username length.
The length
is smaller than 0. But let's say equals.
Okay.
Then we can say, this is just TypeScript, and then we can say console.error username not valid. This is just basic things. Of course, you can output this back to the DOM if you want, but for instance, this is just on the server. But what if you want to show it? Then we actually could do something. Yeah, we can actually do something really cool. So let's add errors here. So const errors equals, and let's do an object username, and then say no errors right now.
Okay.
And then we want to say, oh, we have an error here.
So I can use errors. I can use the errors object in my HTML.
Yes. So now we say just errors dot username
equals
username not valid. So this is just a simple object.
So if I add the two stuff, then I can now just do errors the username.
Perfect. And the cool thing is, so we have our username now. I'm going to delete this thing, But now we can
Mm-hmm.
check, okay, it's not valid. So now we want to show those errors. Let's
Yeah.
just do username input required, and then let's say if errors dot errors dot username,
Mm-hmm.
it's required. Well, if it's an object, so we
Mm-hmm.
can just do normal JSX expressions.
Yeah.
Then let's output it as being a p element, and then say errors
Dot
dot
username.
usernames. Username, sorry. Exactly. So now try out the component again.
Okay. So let's refresh, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you just click submit now, it won't submit. Try it. It will not
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, it's required. It tells me, yeah.
Exactly. It's required. But this is bypassable. So if you click open your elements and you remove the required from it, or I can do it from the server too, but
No, okay. So I just
so
inspect it.
yeah, you just inspect the element itself, and then remove the required there
Where is it?
at the
Okay, I
top.
see
Yep.
it.
And now just
So,
push submit. Now it will say, go back, and you see username is not valid. Because this comes from the
mm,
server and has been sent to you. The thing now is, imagine that we have something that's a login page and it's not valid. Actually, what
mm.
we can do,
Yeah, but then
um,
it refreshes before telling the user that it's not valid. What if, okay, that would
no,
just be reject. That would just be reject. If I wanted to, I was thinking if I wanted to statically check the users as they are
it.
typing, I would just listen to
The thing
unchanged
is that
events.
it's not static at this moment because it's actually server side rendered now, not server side generated. So what it does is actually
Mm-hmm,
you do a post request with all of your form data to your
mm-hmm,
server. Then it will
mm-hmm,
check all the form data, it will verify, and then we'll send back
mm-hmm.
all the HTML to you. And in this case, it
Ah,
will say, "Oh, username is not valid. This is an error. I should add this to the DOM." And then it will, well, yeah, to the DOM tree, and then it will send it to you.
okay, okay. Yeah, but I was talking of the case where, for example, as I'm typing a number or
Mhm.
maybe a phone number or something, I wanted to like statically check to see, okay, is this a valid phone number? Is this an
Yes,
invalid phone
but
number?
that you would do on the client side because that
Yeah,
is JavaScript. That's what JavaScript is for. So
yeah,
then we
that's
can
what.
just use a React thing, or we can just do it very easily. Like if we want it to be you know what? Let's just write it in JavaScript because we have this language that's natively in
Yeah,
the browser. So what we
yeah.
can do is we have an input. We call it input um, username, and then we can just do um, let's do const errors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to do it. No, you know what? I'm just going to do it like this. Document. I don't have IntelliSense here. That's the thing. Um,
Yeah,
so get element by ID. I'll just do it very basic now. Is
yeah.
username,
Mm-hmm.
and that's our const element. So now we have our element, and then we just
Yeah,
do basic check. If L dot how would you do it? Inner text, something like that.
yeah.
Inner
Inner
text
text.
is smaller than 0. Then
Mm-hmm.
we actually want to output something, and then we can just do PID errors, and we say document dot get element by ID errors dot
Mm-hmm.
inner text equals name not valid. Now, if you go to the page again,
Okay. Oh, now we're running. That script is going to be run. Okay,
yeah,
client
so
side.
that's going to client side. You're just going to see it as being client side. I
Okay.
should probably add this line.
What does this inline do?
Oh yeah. Wait, I have to client component export thing. So you're attempting to render from client export from Astro component. Wait, I'm reading that. Astro components rendered on the client should not have hydration directives. Yeah, that does make sense. That's just an error on my side. That's because in the index we have form client load, which is just a normal form. Okay, so
Oh,
if you go to the page now,
oh sorry.
don't worry,
Oh,
don't worry.
following you. I thought it
Okay,
wasn't
perfect.
funny.
Yeah, go to the page and just go to the about page and then come back to the index page, because that will. The thing is that if you refresh now, it will just send the post thing again. But now, if you go to home, it will do a
Okay.
GET request. Yeah, that's the thing.
Uh,
So now, if we scroll
yeah.
down, you see username. So if we type in there, it doesn't do anything. Well, it does do anything on the document side, but actually, so now if you go to the console, we can just write any JavaScript here. So if I do the console.log and then I say hello from form, if you go back and reload the page, then you'll see that now it is client side. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
We can actually check.
yeah, it's a
Yes.
client script.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the element. Let me check. I don't have my IntelliSense here. So
okay.
if you want to get the value from our thing here, so let's do. Well, how would you get the value? Is that just value like this?
Yeah, value. Yeah.
Can you go to the browser and let's see what it outputs?
Okay.
So nothing. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then so we do L dot value then. It's bigger than 0. Yes. Does it show up as name not valid or not yet? Nothing yet. Okay. Then I'm doing something wrong. Probably I have to wait for the document dot add event listener. How is it called again?
Yeah, you need to add the event listener to the username to this L.
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
L dot
Go
add
ahead.
event.
Go ahead and type it. Yeah, you can do it.
Add event listener. So you have to do the click event. I mean, sorry, that's a click.
I would, keep input or key. Yeah.
So now
inline function.
So now from here, I basically want to. Then you want to
Basically, that's it. Yeah, it just tells you what to do.
Yes.
Not length. You oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I was wrong.
And you want to console.log L dot value, right?
Yes. Okay. You can do the value.
Okay. So let's check, right?
Yep.
There
it is.
All right.
So now we have you have client side validation and server side validation. So what we can do now is if we add this document.get element and we remove this, don't worry, the code is not that important, but we can do it like this. So if we go back to the page now,
okay,
and you remove everything, well, type one thing, and then remove it back. Oh, we cannot set properties of. Oh yeah, it's not inner text; it's something else. How do you set the element again?
Text content.
Yeah, that might be it. It's been so long since I've written native JavaScript. Sorry.
Text content. Let's try that.
Nope. Oh, come on. It should be easy. Oh no, I see what's happening. Don't worry. It was actually the problem that we didn't show the element itself, because the element will only be in the tree when you have errors, because we are server-side rendering. So now the element is always there. Yeah, so the element didn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to understand. Okay, so
exactly. So now we can check it. Well, we did it on, but if we do now, it will only be there when you have no name. So if you type now,
okay.
Yep, and remove everything, it will say name not valid. So now we have client and server side validation on both sides. Interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
And then we have something really cool, which is view transitions. Have you ever worked with view transitions before?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, do you know what those are?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Not entirely.
Really cool. So actually what happens, so if you go to our top navigation,
okay,
and you click on about, you see
Okay.
that the page is fetching and reloading, and it takes a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And if you go back to home, it will do the same.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes sense, right? So what are
Yes.
we are going to do now is something really interesting. So go
Okay.
back to the code, and I'll show it to you. So we have this
Okay.
layout component, which is shared across everything. So if we go
Yes. Yeah.
into our layout file,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we can add here view transitions, and we import that from import
View transitions.
this view transitions from
Trans-
Astro
oh,
from
it's not with a single without an S rather.
oh yeah from Astro transitions, I think. Let me check if that's
Should this be in
correct.
the, shouldn't this be in the
Yeah, yeah.
quotes?
No.
Oh, this is the way it is.
This is the way it is. Let me check if I'm importing correctly. So view transitions from Astro transitions. Yep, that's it. Now, if you go back to our website,
Okay. Sorry. I was trying to check the
where
docs. Where is it? Okay. Try refresh.
yeah, that should work. Oh yeah, I did a spelling mistake. Try it again.
View transitions.
Oh,
That means
yeah, it's an S here at the end.
yeah.
Yes. So now,
So
if you click on home or on about,
oh
it
my
doesn't do
god. Okay. Okay.
and this was just 2 lines of code added. 2 lines.
Yes. Oh, okay.
And
This makes
if you go to your network tab,
I was actually going to complain about that because I saw that every time we were changing a page, it was doing the refresh thing. I was going
exactly.
to say how
And
do we
now, like, clear the whole tab. Yes. And now hover on about. Okay, so click on it. So now it does about, and now go to home. It just sends you HTML. That's the whole thing. So if you click on home now, do you see what's happening? It was already fetching before you even clicked on it, because it's
Yes.
actually default behavior to prefetch the about page on the moment that you're hovering on the link. So it will prefetch your pages and start prepping them and then send them to you, which is faster.
Instantly. I see.
Exactly. So you can do anything with Astro, really. That's
This is awesome.
actually the takeaway. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I love this.
I was going to say, do you actually want to use Astro now?
Yeah, I want to
Yes.
use Astro because if you think about it, this is so many cool stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I do side projects at times, and sometimes and this allows me to still write my React like I want.
Yeah,
It gives me,
exactly.
it gives
And
me all the
exactly. And I haven't shown you, like, for instance, you see like the black thing at the bottom there? That's our dev toolbar.
I
And
was
you
going
can
to
do
ask
stuff
about
with that. Yeah, click on inspect. It will tell you which, click on it.
I'm clicking.
If you yeah, it says if you click on yes, click on it. On the
clicking.
you see click to go to file. Yeah, click on that.
Okay.
Then it should open your VS Code directly and open up that file.
Why is it not doing that?
Normally it should. It might something go wrong because you're saying screen or something. It should work in theory. So if you click on it, it would open the page, and then you can directly see it. And then you see also, oh yeah, this is a client directive and it's loaded. And it doesn't do that on the bottom with the simple reason that actually that's just HTML that's been shipped. It's server-side rendered HTML. That's not a component. But the counter is a client component because we want to use state there.
Oh. Okay. This makes sense.
This
makes sense. Yeah.
And then we have this other tool, which is called the audit tab. And the audit tab actually will tell you like common mistakes for accessibility issues. For instance, if your images are missing alt tags or missing links and that stuff.
Interesting.
And yeah, this is of course open source, and you can just build your own integrations. We have a couple like Storyblock, and we have Spotlight, which is better debugging experience from I think what's it called again? From Sentry. But
Mm-hmm.
you can build anything with it. Like I've seen people build local lighthouse scores with it. Well, scoring systems and that stuff. You can do anything really.
Hmm. Oh, this is awesome.
Neat,
We have
right?
something. Yeah, it's we have something similar with the AI we just shipped. Something like
Hmm.
the tiny dev tools as well. But this is awesome. Astro is crazy. It's crazy good.
We try to make good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like we've actually done a bunch of stuff. If the only reason we might need to do the other project is maybe just for practice, but I
Hmm.
feel like we've actually done a lot of stuff.
Actually,
So
we have covered everything. That's the thing. Like to build
yeah,
to do app, for instance, you just would change the form component to be a list of items. That's it, basically. So you can do anything. Or if you just want to build a to do app, or from the server, or if you want to fetch it on an API, you can do anything.
we haven't done this actually. But wait, okay, okay. Now, based on what we've done here with the form,
Hmm.
basically the form submits. Where is it?
Hmm.
Okay, so basically we get this, and then okay, but with this guy, okay, we're still using an input, but now we're going to be running the script on the on the client
That is
side
a server. Yeah. Yeah, that's the client side. Sorry. Yeah.
to ensure that the items that are added to your to do gets added uh to the
Well,
DOM.
there are two things. There are more ways to do this. The thing is, you could do it inside of a client component, like a React component. Then you would use the
Okay,
state in your React component. You could do
okay.
something on the client side and build it yourself, or you could do it on the server and do astro.request. But probably the easiest for something like a to-do app would be to use a React. Well,
Mm,
React or another library on the front end,
oh, okay.
and then you
So
could just use a list and update it.
interesting. So search for to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, this guy.
Hmm.
Any CSS. Nope. So let's grab this
Nope.
guy. To do list. And now I come to my index, the Astro, down right here.
Hmm.
Sorry, it's supposed to be to do because I called it to do. So I'm going to basically add this directive to it,
Hmm.
and then I import
The to do.
to do from component slash to do. So here I maybe want to come and write. Okay.
That's
So yeah,
it.
maybe I want to like tailwind.
You can do
Margin
that.
like 10. Oh my god, yeah.
It just works. That's the whole thing. It's super easy to do.
Crazy stuff. Oh wait, where's
It
my
is,
to
right?
do list? Yeah, it is. It just
And the
like
thing is, you can just like, for instance, you have probably a personal website and it's probably built with Million and React. And you can just
mhm.
use all of those same components and put them into an Astro website and
Yeah,
instantly gain
exactly.
all the
Like
benefit from Astro. You can
yeah,
just
the beauty
take
is
it and
that
put
we're
it.
just yeah, exactly. That's the
Hmm.
beauty. That's why I like it's like we're just
Yeah.
taking stuff and just
Hmm.
putting it directly.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
So say go get food something.
Hmm.
Where is it disappeared
Oh,
from the DOM?
yes. Probably because it's a submit, and the submit will default reload your page.
So that means I need to prevent default or something. Where's my form?
Yep, probably.
Where's my where's my form? Well, I'm already preventing default
Oh, it
here.
does. Let me check the to do. Oh, but you do have a mistake somewhere. Oh, it's a style prop somewhere again that's doing something. Oh, yeah, yeah, I see. Try it now. Oh, something.
Okay. But what
You
did
will
you
have to
remove the?
reload the page. I removed the styles because we're using Tailwind.
Okay, okay.
It had some default styles that we are not using.
Sorry. So same thing.
Let's see.
This,
Still styles, I guess. Okay, let me just remove styles for now. This is styles and
okay, more styles.
yep. Try it now. I removed the styles from the return. That's it. That should work. Like weird why that it's not working.
Oh wait, I saw it. I saw it. I just saw it now. Sorry.
Does it work?
No, no, you. Yeah, it works. John. I'm in the stream. So add this. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. I just
Yeah,
saw
no,
it
don't
now,
worry, don't
but
worry.
then it disappeared.
So it does add, but then it scrolls to the top. So probably there is something in the submit that's not working.
Let's see.
Because value on change, set task input, that makes sense. On submit.
Mm,
Actually, this should
no,
work, I feel like.
I can just strip it down and do something very simple though. I don't know. Is there any
Yeah, go ahead.
complicated? Do I see any complicated things that might be throwing errors? Don't know. To do. It keeps refreshing regardless, but we're
Yeah.
preventing defaults. That is
Mm-mm-mm.
weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, I'm checking why that is, but I actually don't know. It's on the index page, right?
Yeah, it's in the index
Yes,
page.
yes, yes, yes,
To do.
yes. To do client load. Try it again. I didn't change anything, but there was an extra slash at to do.
Oh,
You
okay.
have two slashes at the end, but I don't know if that should do the trick. But that's weird because it does
Still
refresh,
refresh.
right?
Okay, or
That
is there
is
another?
weird because the
There's no
button
other form.
actually does
Just
remove task and then
yeah, there is no. The form is right up here. So you
mm-hmm.
submit, and then form we're preventing
Oh yeah,
defaults.
here. But actually, so the form you have a button that on click add task. You know what? Let's remove this for a second here. Probably
Hmm?
won't need that task input, set task input, and then okay, try it again. Actually, the only thing that we've done is remove that. Yep, try it.
Feel like it might refresh this
And if it
time.
doesn't work, I don't actually know what's happening.
Mm. Let me take out this form, for example. Let me take out this form real quick. Let's see.
Oh yeah,
Let's see what happens now.
yeah, probably like default behavior somewhere.
Okay, it shows up. The form was the issue. It was refreshing even with the
Yeah,
prevent
the thing
default.
is, yeah, I was going to say like even though we have added default, okay, if it works now, that's the good part.
Yeah, it
Weird.
works now.
Okay, okay,
So,
that makes sense.
okay. I think
Now we have
okay. This
no
one.
to dos. Yeah,
I'm definitely building my blog with Astro. This is crazy. I love this.
good to hear.
So okay, this has been done. To do I've done.
Mm-hmm.
So now moving find out we're also making an API call. So I'm excited to see how
Mm.
how does Astro integrate
Actually,
with tools like Stack router or something. I'm like user router.
well, there is no need to use something like 10-stack router because you do have Astro's native router, which is
No,
built
not even
into
the
the
page
Meta
route,
framework.
not even the
And
page
then,
route. I'm
mm,
talking about things like for making not even router.
10-stack
Things like
query.
yeah, query,
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, yeah,
since
query,
it's
yeah.
since it's framework agnostic, you would just import it into your React component like you would do with anything. You wouldn't call it inside of an Astro component, but you can just
Mm-hmm.
totally do it inside of your TSX component.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, you can even use like normal React libraries as you normally would.
Hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, like, and you just have to import it, like, because you are still writing React in the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with these fetch movies now, I can abstract this as well and then take it to
Yes,
my
that's the
index.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
now it will fetch every time that it renders that component, but we can actually call that on the server and then pass it into our React component.
mm, so okay. So this guy, I want to. So I don't need this. Await fetch. So from that API, and then I
Mm-hmm.
want to. Okay, let me do my .10 from here.
Mm-hmm.
So based off of this, I want to do res.json. So and then okay, I don't think I need any of these guys unless I want to
Nope.
catch error. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
I can do catch. There's an error, for example.
Yep.
I can just console.log, console.error, that error. Okay, so this is setup. Cannot find the
Mm-hmm.
name query. So query is whatever I type into. Oh, okay, how do I handle this now? Because query is whatever I type into to search for a movie.
Um, that wouldn't work like that. But what you could do is, of course, do the same post method as you did before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that you can do, but let's keep it easy now and just don't do that yet, and then do that
Let,
afterwards.
let me
Yeah,
add code something.
yeah.
Let me say I'll be like okay, query should just to be a string, yeah. So let me just say
Okay.
uh um what's the name of this movie? Maverick or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Maverick. So let's see this. Cannot find fetch movies. I just need to pass this down to
Yes.
okay, import movie finder.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Movie finder from movie finder setup. So I just grab this guy,
Mm-hmm.
place it down here.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna. So then I do client load. Sorry, index the Astro
Mm-hmm.
clients right here, and then I pass down fetch movies. Apparently, so let's see if we pass down fetch movies like this, but not in string. Okay, so now this is bundled up. Then I come in here and I destructure fetch movies.
Mm-hmm.
Fetch
Well, it
movie.
wouldn't work the same because it's an on-click event here. So you actually would remove that. Wait, let me check. It's basically the movie that you
That's been
would
run.
list. So
Yeah.
actually, it's this you can remove completely because we are not searching right now.
Yes.
Disabled, you can remove that because we don't have is loading anymore. And then
Yes.
movie is actually fetch movies because you called it that. Normally it would be a function, but in
Yeah.
this case it's not. So we
Mm.
have movie.tile, we call it just fetch movies, something like that.
I just changed it to movie.
What?
Just I just changed it to,
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead.
but like I already changed it to movie. Okay. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
just
go
take it
ahead.
back.
Okay.
Okay. So
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 let's see if it works now.
that's
Oh
very
yeah.
very 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 new. Okay. So let's see this
Mm-hmm.
in action. So the movie you should be fetching right now should be
Well,
title.
did it fetch anything? That's the first question. So,
Yeah. Let's check.
um, well, it fetches on the server, so you wouldn't see it here,
Oh,
but it
okay.
would
Okay.
pass an object to you. So what we can do is try to see if it did anything. So, um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, so that we already resolved. It's fetch movies. Maybe it didn't find any movie. So let's try interstellar.
Stella.
Let's try
Okay.
that. Works.
Oh, okay, Interstellar works. Did
Oh,
it
it
done
does,
any?
but
I'm
it
not
doesn't show
sure.
anything.
Yeah, it doesn't show
Okay,
anything.
then we just add a function here, return the JSON, and then we can just console log it.
Okay, okay.
So console.log res.json, and then return res.json. Yeah, I think that should work. So now you should see something. Oh, let me.
No, that's an error. That's a bug there. Yeah.
Oh,
See, it's yeah.
yeah, you
You need to
probably
make. Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
function.
Let me control S here. Okay.
Now, if
So,
you fetch the page, does it give you anything?
looking through the server.
Yeah, that's the response that you get. So what's in there?
Okay, I just think it actually came back. The response. See, now expand this. This is a very weird response to read. Where will you see the
Yeah,
data?
like maybe it's just your API. Well, the API that's broken.
Yeah, it
Let
could
me
be
try
that.
it. I'm going to try it natively in my browser.
I think we need to search because it doesn't do anything. So
Yeah, the API does respond something. It does give back an object for me, like I can see it.
is there a way we can log the response of the API so that we can see it? Okay, that's what we are doing.
That is a response of the API that we're logging there.
But maybe because now we find out we should be fetch movies dot title. Let me see. Can I do Control F here? Title. Title.
That's the thing. Like it. Mm,
Release dates maybe. No, none of these values are present here. Maybe the movie doesn't exist. Did you see the movie on with normal?
Yeah, I did, but it doesn't have a title thing. Let me check.
Oh yeah, it does have the movie here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it is an array, and we are not expecting an array. We are expecting an object. From what I can see.
So that means in our movie finder, we should probably be doing this then. Or something.
Yeah, and it's exactly. But
oh wait, how do you debug it? Okay. It's what?
No, it's a let's check. It's actually an object with page and then results. So we should actually do fetch movies dot results, then the first one, and then we do have a title object, it looks like. So let's do results.
Sorry.
Then dot results. But this is what the API does give me. So I think this should work. And fetch movies.
What's going on? We recommend using deterministic. Or is it because we're using
what is
million? I think this is a. Where is this coming from?
Oh, is it million thing? Well,
oh, it's million. Let's just disable the block thing for now.
Okay.
And then I come here.
Probably at the end, yeah.
So okay. So this is a typing thing. Let's see. Refresh maybe.
You can try.
This is kind of. Can I should be able to log. To log the movie finders.
You could do that, yeah.
Fetch movies here. So this will show
now
up
should see it pop up.
I see this on, yeah. Oh, it's undefined.
Yeah, that will show up on the client. Aha. So that's the problem. Um, so let me
Uh,
remove that. Let's go back to the JSON. Now we have the pure JSON response.
mhm.
Okay, try it now. If you refresh.
Okay, okay. So it
So we
comes
have it
back like
now. Okay,
results.
results.
These
I
results.
yes,
Is that
I
what we
did
do?
that. Yeah,
Okay.
I did that.
And then we are grabbing the first guy, the title, and we are doing dot result the release date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We are doing the overview. Yeah, so why is this not rendering? Okay, okay, it is. Sorry.
It is. It is rendering. You just have to scroll. Don't
I
worry.
was
Yeah, so it works now.
yeah, nice, nice, amazing,
It always
amazing,
takes
nice.
a bit of debugging.
Yeah, nice debugging too, by the way.
But actually,
So
so it didn't work when we were using a million block.
yeah, when we're
Do you
using the
have
block,
any
because
idea?
because the component here doesn't necessarily need to be optimized, because it's and it's also breaking a rule of million, because a million we
Oh,
cannot do it. All returns have to be deterministic. So if I was using
mm,
automatic mode, which is what something I'm using, the automatic mode has
right.
found a way to optimize movie finder for me without me having to go through the stress of writing my blocks manually. So it already
Mm,
optimized it. This is as much as it can
okay,
optimize the just
makes sense.
3%. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay, okay. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So so this makes sense. This is cool.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
So H calculator is the only one we did not do, but I'm already satisfied with these
Well,
four
we
operations.
kind of, yeah, I was going to say, actually, we kind of did because an H calculator was actually the same thing as a counter, but just with different
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah. It is. So counter instead. Counter.
Basically done.
Basically done. Be done.
Exactly.
So this was an amazing stream. I wow. We did so many crazy things because
We did.
wow. I think I'm comfortable using Astro now. Like
Good. Good to hear.
the
And
rest of
also,
the
like,
things,
our documentation is probably like sufficient enough to learn like on their own
yeah,
further on.
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I was going to say that the rest of the things left for me is just to be checking out the docs whenever I need to,
Mm-hmm.
because the thing with grasping most frameworks is just to knowing the basics. And when you can put the time
Exactly.
and learn from docs and online resources and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very nice. I love this. And the DX is insane, by the way. DX is
The
very nice.
CLI and everything is, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Good to
like
hear
and
because I work on the DX team.
the DX is very nice. It's very, very
Awesome.
nice. Okay, let's see what are our viewers saying. I even forgot that we're in the stream. Okay, so okay, no, I think people got tired or something. We've been streaming for over an hour, so this is amazing.
2 hours. Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the stream, Elian, and also
Awesome.
okay, so I think this is the point. So what else would you like maybe want to say or something regarding Astro or anything? Is there something else you think?
Well, if you like are interested in Astro, join our Discord. That's probably the best place to be.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if you
already
want
there.
to learn, if you yeah,
I'm already
exactly, awesome. And if you want to learn more about Astro, just read the docs and feel free to send me a message whenever you are in trouble. Yeah, you're very welcome in our community, everyone.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Uh yeah, so I can maybe drop the link to this in the comments or something.
It's just astro.build/chat. Very
Okay,
easy.
okay. So, yeah, so because I was going to be like the invite link might keep changing. So
Yeah,
how do you
that's
guys?
why we have that.
Yeah, so it's HTTPS.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Astro.build/chat.
So to join
Slash,
Astro.
slash, not a dot at the end,
Oh,
slash.
sorry, I was
Yeah, don't worry, don't
so
worry.
join Astro,
Mm-hmm.
and surprisingly enough, it's the same thing for million.
Oh, really? Nice.
So it's just join million. So just million.dev/chat.
Mm.
So amazing stream, amazing stream.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned Clark. I learned client
Yeah.
directive. Learned that you can manage states natively in Astro. I got to use the
Mm-hmm.
new Astro box that was recently shipped. Good job, amazing work.
Yeah.
It's very
Thank you.
nice
Thank
stuff.
you.
Very nice thing to have. Is this
Thank you.
Algolia? Oh, yeah, it's
Yes.
Algolia. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very nice. Yeah, very nice. So,
Yes, and if you use Starlight, you can actually choose in between page search and Algolia. So you have your own options.
like where do I do that?
Oh, yeah, well, you have to do that on your own website. I mean, you have to make a choice.
Okay. Yeah, that's from Algolia, by the way. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. So I learned a lot basically. Like I don't let me push this to GitHub while we're on the stream so that I can so let's GitHub. I already like the CLI allowed me to make it a Git directory already. I think I was asked
Yeah,
the question. Yeah. I remember
yeah,
being
it
asked.
does.
I remember being asked if I wanted to make it a Git repo. That was very helpful, by the
Hmm.
way. Astro demo 5 projects. Yeah, it's probably a very bad name.
That doesn't matter. Naming things is
Yeah.
always hard, especially variables.
Built uh, as voyage into
Ooh.
exploring Astro. Oh, we didn't get to play music. Oh God. Sure.
Oh, we forgot that. Well, we can do another stream another time, and then we play the music.
Yeah, definitely. Um, with 5 projects. So this is public. I'll add the readme. Yeah, let me add the readme so that later on I
Well,
can.
the README will automatically be in there.
Oh, for real? Okay, let me check. Oh, how to set it up and everything.
Hmm.
Damn. Then I can edit this by the way. So just
Yeah.
highlight. Okay. So yeah, let me just create the repo so
Hmm.
that I push this. So let me just git add everything.
Hmm.
So git commit chore or yeah chore maybe uh push finish demos. So then from there I can let me check what branch am I on, git and everything.
Main. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to check out to this. Why isn't it even showing master for me? It's very weird that I'm seeing master. Sorry
Probably
for that.
because you're using an older version of Git or something.
Oh, so pushing this now, so it's
There you
live.
go.
We finished it, demos and everything.
Woohoo!
Let me leave a start.
Well done. Well done.
Nice one. Nice one. Thank you very much, Elian.
Yeah, no
Link.
worries.
This is awesome. Link to GitHub. Yeah. So I think this is a good point. We've been streaming for 2 hours, so it's a lot of time. So this can be. I thank you for staying for so long. I mean, were you
Yeah, no
drinking
worries.
coffee?
No worries. Yeah, my coffee is gone now.
So yeah, this is an amazing stream. Yeah, you like just sacrificing today to come here. It really means a lot to
Yeah,
me,
no
and I
worries.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No
So
worries. I love to make time for something like this. Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I guess this might be a good point to end the stream, and for all the viewers out there, thank you for staying back till the end. One person was watching from the very guessing stay till the end from
Oh
Twitch.
wow. Oh
So that is awesome, and we appreciate you, by the way. So join Astro, use Astro, build your websites in Astro. Don't use anything else.
yeah, definitely, definitely. We love to have y'all.
Yeah, and then use Billion as well when you React or next application. So this is how we integrated
Yeah.
everything, and it was so easy to set up and everything. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for staying till the end, and we appreciate you as I've said. So Elian, want to say anything?
Yeah, thank you so much. And if you want to follow me online or find me online, it's here. You can find me anywhere. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for having me.
amazing. I bye everyone. Thank you for joining
Bye.
the stream.